Hey, welcome to Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. And a very special thank you to my good friend Gail Parento at Parento Guidance, Public Relations Strategist. Parento Guidance is a leading New York-based firm that has represented the likes of Bob Hope Enterprises, Hooters, Playboy, Bon Jovi Entertainment and Bon Jovi Acoustics, the Village Voice Opie Awards, the Princess Grace Foundation, the New York City Marine Corps Council Annual Mess Night, the rock band Boston, two-time Olympic gold medalist Catalina Witt, and many other cultural publishing, nonprofit, and commercial clients. For more information, contact Gail via email at gailparentoguidance.com or by phone 212-532-3934. Special thanks today to my sponsor, Go-Go Tuners. For all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy, look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefine, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. And my special guest today is a good friend, Mr. Robert Berry, singer, songwriter, producer, killer prog rocker, and leader of the holiday band December People. For over a decade, this incredible all-star lineup has been turning your favorite Christmas songs into the style of the biggest classic rock bands of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Performing this year the classic Christmas track Up on the Rooftop and First Noel in the style of Queen's We Will Rock You. Yes, it's insane and it's great. Christmas rock tracks at its finest, and nobody does it better than December People. I'm going to talk to Robert about this amazing group. We're going to play the video. I'm also going to talk to Robert about his band 3.2 and their latest album, Third Impressions. A lot to talk about right here on Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Hey, live on Pat's Soundbites IGTV, keeping new music alive on the radio and on video, and today is certainly no exception. I've interviewed and met this wonderful, oh my God, producer, Grammy-nominated artist, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and founder of this all-star holiday band, December People. I'm talking about the wonderful Robert Berry. Robert, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, for a second, I thought I was maybe next in line, all those nice things you're saying. Who you got on, Pat?
No, that's just my crazy Italian enthusiasm, being a New Yorker and waiting for 2 feet of snow. You see the excitement. I can't wait. Oh, God. Anyway, good to see you. How you doing? God bless, as we talked before, your wonderful wife, Rebecca, a teacher. I follow you. I look forward to your videos, and God bless all the teachers out there that are doing the great work like Rebecca is and trying to keep these students.
Really great work.
Unbelievable. I'm like, the first time I watched your video, I'm like, what's he doing going down, like being quiet? And then there she is. And I'm like, oh boy.
But she's so into it, she doesn't even see me that I'm there. And all of a sudden she'll, because she's so focused on those kids. She has 23 kids on a screen. and she has to keep them all engaged. Some are laying down, some are eating. You can't eat, can't lay down. You got to get out of bed. This is school, right?
And the distractions in the house with other family members and mom and dad, the TV, the dog, the guy dropping the Amazon package. She's like,
Yeah,
God
exactly.
bless her. Send her my best. The teachers in the front and the peoples on the front line should be the people of the year. I don't know about Time Magazine, but the people
Should have
of the
been,
year.
no, they should have been on Time Magazine. You know, the caregivers, the nurses and everything are in the worst position, but to go the far end of that, the other side of bad, these kids getting cheated out of so much. So yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. Well, we are in the holiday spirit, and we are in
Yes.
Christmas about a week away, and December, people. And I've been blasting your tracks for the last couple of years, so my audience should be familiar. But if you're not, and you love singing the Christmas songs that I grew up with, and then you add your favorite, biggest classic rock group on top of it. And I'm talking like Jingle Bells, Van Halen style. I'm talking about what, Night Before Christmas, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Silent Night. And we'll talk about what you did this year. Obviously, you guys do go on tour. And what I love even more is a lot of proceeds go to charity, the food banks in the community, and anybody that does any of that, I'm all in. It's not about, it's putting smiles on faces and doing the right thing. So I applaud you, Robert, and the guys, Gary and Dave, and I'll let you talk about those all-star characters that work with you this year. Up on the Rooftop, first Noel in the style of Queen. Yeah, we will rock you, Zoom.
And speaking, we got to tie Rebecca into that. She goes, I said, I got to do one. We got to give a song. Just give it away. We need the cheer this year. She goes, you really should do We Will Rock You. Okay, well, let me. She thinks it's easy, right? Everything thinks, oh yeah, everything a match. Well, not everything matches. You know, It really has to fit like a glove, which is the ingredient that I look for. Talking like Silver Bells by like Tom Petty. Oh my God, that was all of a sudden, wow, it fits perfect. You know, and you say Stairway to Heaven is The Night Before Christmas. It fit perfect. And it's so Hot for Teacher, like Van Halen being Jingle Bells. Who would think that would go together, right? But the secret ingredient is how to morph those together where they seem like, wow, that fits like a glove. And of course, it has to be the real Christmas carol, like you said. You have to be able to sing Jingle Bells. I don't care if it sounds like Van Halen doing it and it sounds like Hot for Teacher. It's not. It's Jingle Bells, the same chords, same melody. There's a little bit of a trick to it, that's for sure.
And you've been doing this for over a decade. This isn't like something that just happened overnight. You've been doing this for a while with the same guys. These are the original. You guys have been doing all of you together doing this.
Our original drummer Mike Vandy Hools of Y&T, they wound up always touring in November, December. So I had to make a change. So I called my friend when I played with Sammy Hagar, David Lauser, who Gary had played with for a long time. I said, David, you want to take Mike's place, And he said, well, what? Christmas? I don't want to play Christmas songs. I said, well, he hadn't heard it yet. You got to listen to it. This isn't really playing Christmas songs. This is actually the hardest band most difficult music we've ever been in, because every song is derivative. If you know Sharp Dressed Man, on drums, you can play it no problem. But we're putting 3 other ZZ Top songs in there, and they're all sung as a Christmas song, which you have to do it like the Christmas song. So it's kind of, how do you think Gary feels? Gary Peel plays in the band Boston, and we do a Boston mashup where all the riffs are inside out. 4 songs are put together, foreplay and all the organ stuff, like God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. I couldn't have done that with a song that I actually played for 20 years in a band, and then I have to go play the riffs all different with the Christmas Carol. It's amazing. But Gary Peel is fantastic.
I was going to a Boston show courtesy of Gail, and we were driving into a tornado, and I go, yeah, that's not going to happen. So we hunkered down and unfortunately missed the show. But I interviewed Gary with Alliance, and had a great chat with Gary with his band, the band their Alliance, which was really cool. And we talked a little bit about December people. with the exception of this year, Robert, is it normally everybody gets in the studio together and you just like whip out the songs and try to come up with the words and the music? Like you said, it's got to be the hardest band, no doubt about it. You're
You
almost
would
you're
hope.
rewriting these classics in a
It's
rock band style.
Yeah, it's really, there's so many things that twist and turns that happen during the process. I usually come up with the song, and here's the problem. If you wait till November, it's too late. So about the time the sun comes out here in California, April, May. Wait a minute, it's 59 degrees now. It's really cold here, by the way, 59 degrees.
You're killing me.
But
20
in May,
here.
well, yeah, but in May it's only like maybe where it's 70. It's cold, and and the sun's out, blue skies. Am I being mean, Pat?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Robert. It's okay.
But I'm in the studio, which I turn it around. So I have a skylight in my studio because I got tired of being in a dark. If I show you, look around here a little bit, you see the recording board.
Yeah.
You see, the Pro Tools, all the stuff.
Nice.
And usually there's no windows in a studio, so I put a skylight in, so it makes it worse for doing holiday songs because I have the sunshine and it's 70 degrees out there, and I have to come up with something, and because it takes that first little spark of what fits like a glove, and then the band will get together and we'll do our parts throughout the year. It has to be ready by October. Now, this year, end of October, I said, people are going to really need some happiness here. And we got to do something that's fun and something that we'll just give it away. Let them have it, just for the hell of it. And I called Gary, said, okay, yeah. Of course, we can't travel right now the same. So Gary has a little studio in his house. Jack Foster came down. He's in Foster City, about 40 minutes away. Dave Med, keyboard player for the Tubes, is in Santa Cruz, 30 minutes away. So they came to my studio actually and did their parts.
Okay.
And we put it together, and everybody had to do their little Zoom piece. Those Zoom, I'll trade secret here. Those Zoom things aren't all done live at the same time because you can't synchronize the music.
Right.
There's no way to synchronize the music and do it live. So even Sammy's Zooms, all that stuff, they do the circle and all that, they're all done separately. Some guy puts it together, So, Gary did his in Boston, David did his in Los Angeles where he's at. My son put that together because he's good with video and made it appear that we're all doing it at the same time. It's just a trade secret. I hate to break everybody, but everybody probably knows by now, right?
Well, the hardest part, I would say to somebody, hey, you got a new album out and obviously no shows. Are you gonna do like a live stream? And they would, they even off before I would hit the record button, they go, Pat, the hardest part is just synchronizing it together with everybody else. And that's our product. And if it's going to sound like crap, it's not worth it. And we got to find the right engineer and all that bit. So I get it, but your son did a hell of a job. It's a great job.
Well, I think the band Tempest that I produced.
Yes, absolutely.
No, I had them actually, since they practice and they've been together and they have herd immunity among the band. And I totally trust Leaf. If he says, look, we have been isolated, we're no problem. I offered them to come in the studio to do some live broadcasts. We did 2 live broadcasts because you can't do it on Zoom the same way. But December, people, we have to go out across the world with this, and it needs to happen now. And like I said, you're one of the first, really. You're the first that I've spoken to about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to start posting it today. Gail, our PR person, has put it out in certain things. But I'm excited about it. I think people just get a kick out of it. It's fun. And you see Jack, the way he's dancing and Dave Mann, everything, the thing. It was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, you got a great cast of all-star lineup there with Gary and Dave. And I got to meet Dave at Daryl's house with the Tubes last year in October. And obviously I got to meet you with Greg King at Daryl's.
That was a good gig. I really enjoyed that gig there. Even though that wasn't part of his TV show at that, because they had shut down and were retooling or something was going on. But what a cool place. And we actually got video from that, Greg and I, that we haven't put together yet. It just had a great feel to it. It was a music place. People really went there they love music like you, obviously.
I'm blessed to have it 20 minutes away. Yeah, there was 2 locations the original Daryl's house was on his property, on his estate, what you watch on TV.
Yeah.
Then he purchased the venue where you played, and
Yeah.
now the shows on their off day are being held there, but obviously with no audience. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's a beautiful venue. I mean, I'm going through withdrawals here, going, I can't believe my last show was like February 15th with Roger Hodgkins of Supertramp, and then that was it. Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah, that was right at the end.
How many shows would you guys do with December People about now? You'd be into a bunch, right?
You know, we because we have a small window and it's warmer here.
Oh yeah.
We've been, you know, pretty much on the West Coast for 10 shows or so. We did play Mohegan Sun at one time there, and we played BB King's, which is gone now in New York, right?
Yeah,
we love playing that. Let me turn off my phone. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're okay.
It's the radio station that thinks they want to get a hold of me through that. No way. I'm not that. I know who that DJ is. Yeah. So we get in New Jersey we played, but we had to do it early in November because, well, as you know, right now in December, traveling around might be tough for us there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was always a problem. I've tried to break it bigger. We want to do about 50 shows. We'd like to get it to that every November, December, and just rotate it across the country. But it's been hard to actually break it wider, even with the name of the guys in the band. You know, it's just been an uphill battle. Because we have such a small window of time that we can play, because it is, you know, unlike Trans-Siberian isn't really Christmas songs. I mean, it's about the holidays and stuff, but it's progressive rock, it's bombastic, it's explosions and all that. Ours is holiday songs. When you hear a December People song, you can sing with us the first time without even ever seeing us before.
Right. You can't do that with TSO. Unless you know the TSOs. Right. Which I love. I love those guys. And I always drive Jeff Scott Soto crazy. You got to play in the East Coast one of these years. And he's like, not going to happen. But
plus, I'll tell you the difference in what we do is we want to go into a small town. We want to play a 2,500 seater, let's say, and we want to benefit with our food bank and donations the people of that immediate area. We don't want a big wide area. Our sort of motto or what we like to say is, we think that if each town in the U.S. took care of their homeless and they're hungry, we could stamp it out. It doesn't cost that much money, right? It's not, and each town, somebody has a little extra, some, you know, whatever, even in the poor sections, there's a way to take care of our people. I'm in Silicon Valley, right? We have Apple, Google, everybody started right here, or they come here. We are the 7th largest economy in the world. Now, I don't want to make this a downer. California, this Bay Area, 7th largest economy in the world, not in the United States, in the world. And we have homeless encampments and stuff. I said, you're kidding me, right?
You can't make this
so
up.
When we play venues here, we benefit the people right in the immediate area, even though we shouldn't have to in the 7th largest economy in the world, you know, but that's our thing. We'd like to go all around the country and do that for these, you know, 2,500 seater, 5,000 seater, small town venues.
Perfect.
And give them these big names like Gary Peel, you know? That's our dream.
And Dave Med and everybody that you have. So how can we help out this year since you've been in lockdown? Obviously, everybody's been locked down and you haven't been able to go out. But what can my listeners, what can I do to promote? Do you have go to the website? Can we donate? How do we help out you guys this year to make an impact?
Find the key to the jail cell to unlock. Get us, bust us out. No, actually, you know what? We're giving back to you guys this year with this song. If people find it, you know, it's not posted on decemberpeople.com yet. It's all over. It's on YouTube, you know, it'll be all over my Facebook, and just enjoy it and know that we ask you to help your local homeless. And when we come out, when we, you know, sell things, we're not selling this. We want to give back to you. It's been a tough year on everybody. But for me, you know, it's been as bad as it's been good.
Right.
I found the balance in it, and I hope everybody can find that balance. And this is just, it's a fun thing. It's a happy thing to hedge into next year when, even if you don't want to get the shot, you know, you're going to get the vaccine next year. So your hope is that everybody's going to be okay by March, by April, maybe. And we're heading toward a happier time right now, knowing that it's available. So we're happy about that.
Absolutely. And
just enjoy the song, and yeah, let's see if we can bust this thing open next year. Those 50 shows I want to do. That's the most important thing. Then we can help a lot of people.
I also push the whole pay it forward thing. I go to a store, there's somebody behind me, you know what? Here's an extra $5 to help them out. And hopefully they do the right thing. I mean, I tell my kids are in their 30s, but I always say, if you just hold the door for somebody, if you just do one kind gesture a day, that's all I'm asking. Don't have to go crazy. Let somebody pull out. Let them pull out of the intersection, wave, do the right thing. That's the way I was.
Yeah, we didn't plan this. You wanted to talk about the 3.2 thing, Fond Farewell, the song and video came out.
Yep.
The record company, I wanted them to do the video. They didn't like my concept on it. They said, I said, well, you have a better one? They said, we think we have a really good one. I said, go for it, right? So they did this video for Fond Farewell, the song that's out right now. And it's about sort of like the last guy on Earth, and everybody went to a space station because they couldn't survive on Earth. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. But the song, this is why I say we didn't plan this. The song is about us saying farewell to kindness, because with social media has killed kindness in this world, because it's so easy to be the jerk you want to be and have no repercussions, right? Not meaning you, Pat. Yeah, you damn jerk. You know what I'm saying, right? But it's about that, because I see this, when I was young, I wouldn't say ass in front of my parents, right? Now the F word is no big deal. So what happens when you accept things and you let things go, like kindness, becomes the norm. Those kids that are on Zoom teaching right now in 20 years, when they're 27 years old, not being kind could be the norm. We're saying goodbye to that. Fond farewell to being kind and being nice and chivalry and opening doors and all that without even knowing it, because it's going to become the norm. So that's what that song's about. That's why I said that was a genius segue there, but we didn't plan it.
No, it was great. Hey, look, come on, you got this now. And it's a Third Impression. Now I read, is this the final album of 3.2?
Yeah. I was sort of left with the Olympic torch on that one. I waited 27 years for Keith to say, yeah, let's do another one. We started doing another one.
And we're talking about the great legend, Keith Emerson.
Oh, Keith Emerson. So yeah, I should make sure. Not Keith Richards. He's a legend too. But Keith and I started working on it, and this was a dream of mine. I never gave up on that dream. The record company says, do an album, do another 3 album. I said, he won't do it. He doesn't want, he's got other things. Carl was always busy. He didn't want to do it. So Keith and I did it together. And of course, in the middle of it, we lost him in a very sad way. And we had decided to call the band 3.2, which really was only 2 guys of 3 were doing it, but also it was the second version of the band, because it was just Keith and I, and the style that we wanted to take out of the first 3 album and expand on. And it did very well. It really got well received, great reviews.
Number 1 on Amazon charting. The rules have changed. I mean,
it got way up there, yeah. And then they asked me to do another one. Of course, Keith was gone, and I thought, gee, I do have one song that we wrote together that's 9 minutes long that I didn't use. And to me, I thought, the band 3. You don't usually see a band with a number for a name, I said, the band 3 should have 3 albums. I'm going to do this, and this album's going to be half what Keith and I had planned to do, and the other half is going to be a transition, little more toward what I will do in the future, let's say.
Okay.
Cool. Because it won't be so influenced by the Emerson keyboards, because I had that with Keith. I can't do that without Keith. So this album has half of that. And, it's moved on a little bit more for halfway between 3 and Alliance, who you mentioned, for what the future will be. And the video and the album's not out till February, but the first video came out, Fond Farewell, about kindness. And the video is really great that they did. I love it. It has a sci-fi theme to it, which is fantastic. It's getting great response. Everybody seems to like the song. The only negative comment I got was the synthesizer solo in the middle. You maybe should EQ that a little bit differently. I said, Okay. He goes, I love the song. Well, so that's not negative, but it's funny what people get into. Sammy Hagar would always, I'd be recording with Sammy, and I'd say, oh, that bass doesn't sound right. And he look at me and goes, you like the song? Yeah, Sam. He's like, what do you think of my vocal? You're smoking. He goes, and then he'd lean in and he'd go, and you're listening to what? And boy, he would cut me right there. I dead stop. Oh yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah. So the comments have been 100% positive, which I shouldn't say because now I'm going to get a real bad one today, right? But it's on YouTube. It's Fond Farewell. It's the last in the 3 series, but it's under 3.2. Keith and I, Keith is still on this one, and there's some really important music on here to me. One that I wrote that tried to get Keith to do, and he said, even my piano playing, he goes, you're singing your piano on that. It just fits so well. You sound so great. You should just do that yourself. I go, oh,
wow.
But Keith, I want you to do it. No. It is perfect the way it is. So then that's a jazz kind of piece. And he was a great jazz player. He loved Oscar Peterson, So that was left over from before too, but that isn't something I wrote with Keith. I'm excited about it. It's always when something's new, Pat, you always worry, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? So I'm at that stage right now.
Well, I think also, yeah, I'm sure I see it from you that it's kind of also bittersweet that it's the end, but you answered all my questions, why the final album?
Yeah.
You said February. This is off Frontier, right? Frontier label. Yep.
Frontier's Records.
And how many tracks are on it, Robert?
I actually don't remember. No, there's 9 altogether. And of course, Never, the one that Keith and I worked on before he had died, is almost 9 minutes long. It's only 2 seconds, 3 seconds shorts and 9 minutes. So it's quite a piece. Very Emerson, the solos and stuff. It's really could be the best of the lot for all 3 albums, except for maybe Desi La Vida on the first one, which is a big piece of music.
Well, the rules have changed. I mean, I had on our, I became the program director, and we added Powerful Man and Somebody Watching. And I got some great feedback off of those tracks, but the whole album was just incredible. But okay, cool. Well, definitely looking forward to more of that. It kind of makes a lot of sense. Anything else that you're working on that we can help promote? I know you played a producer and you're helping out. People call you different.
I work 5 days a week in my studio with somebody. A lot of time, I play a lot of instruments. So a lot of what I do here are single singer-songwriters. They come in, they don't want to work with their band or another band because they don't want the drummer playing his best stuff. They don't want the best guitar lead. They just want the foundation for their song. They want to do a vocal and their song to come across. And sometimes with a band, they're too busy or they're overplaying or something. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of young girls, their first recordings. Females seem to write a lot more songs and get into it more than guys do at a young age. Hip hop stuff with them, Then the guys come in later, a little bit, in their 30s, even doing more rock stuff because it's just the way it seems to go around here. Okay. And I enjoy doing all kinds of music. When I'm focused on something like this 3.2, the new album, Third Impression, I try to stay focused on that. The December People thing is fun, so I don't mind doing that at the same time. But really, my focus right now is that last thing I can ever do with Keith Emerson, which you say, like I said, bittersweet. That was a little bit hard for me. One of the reasons I didn't want to do the last album because I had this song, and once it's done, And but people just they deserve to hear it. One of my missions with the Rules of Change was to say, hey, look. Don't believe what people say. Oh, he can't play the way he used to. Oh, it's too late. He should give it up. Forget all that. Keith Emerson was a genius. He could still play better than me, even with a few damaged fingers from an operation and stuff. And the Rules of Change proved it. The style and the keyboard stuff, the writing and stuff that he made up before I had to do my keyboard stuff after he was gone. He made it up. It was tremendous. And this last song, Never, when you hear that, you're going to go, oh, yeah, he still had it, definitely. And
Wow.
that's an important mission of mine, even though it's sort of a self-imposed mission. Nobody cares if I prove that Keith Emerson was great. He was great. But I want people to know, because we lost him to suicide. They were despondent, even though people were criticizing him. No, he was still great. This album, when we worked on the Rules of Change, was his happy place. He was getting good money. He was doing music. We talk on the phone all the time with ideas and everything. It was his happy place. He was still on it. He just had other problems that, I mean, I certainly wasn't aware of, you know.
But and you had a great tour not too about a year and a half ago. I mean, you were up here in
Yes,
Kingston, and I think I interviewed you. You were like walking into a drum store or a warehouse in North Carolina. I forget what it was. It was a drum like Hall of Fame or a keyboard Hall of Fame, and you're like, yeah, I could do it, but I got to go check this out. I forgot what it
yeah,
was.
I forget where that was too.
I want to say it was North Carolina, somewhere
You
down
know what's
south.
hard? It was really hard on me, um, going out as me in my history. Hey, here I am. Look at me. You know, here's all I've got to do. Aren't I great? I don't have a narcissist side to me. I love what I do, and I have to do it. I love talking to you about it. Like, oh, Pat, I'm really good. You know, listen to how great this album. That's hard for me. You and I always have a conversation. But so when I was out there, I felt this probably unneeded pressure. Yeah, especially if I'd see Robert Berry on the marquee, and I got this great band with me. And I'm like, God, that doesn't feel right. It sure was my history you were doing, but it didn't feel right to me. So a lot of times, I don't know, I felt a little detached. I hope I wasn't, you know, detached from you and everything by doing that. But there were things I had to do. They had made me do them, and I had, you know, to take care of business. I'd rather talk like we're talking now.
Oh yeah, no. I read, yeah, I hear you. But you definitely had a great band. I want to say
Oh,
Andrew, right?
yes.
Andrew and
Andrew Collier.
yeah,
Andrew
Andrew.
Collier, when I called him and said, look, I'm going to take my history. They want me to take my history music. And, you know, that includes Keith Emerson. You have to play his part. She goes, yep, I'm in. I said, well, you want to think about it? No, but I'm in. Then he had to learn it. And he'd call me and go, I guess I should have taken a breath before I said yes. But wow, he was
Jimmy
tremendous,
and
right?
Paul.
Jimmy Egan from Spock's Beard, another tremendous, and he sings like a bird. I couldn't have asked for a better drummer and singer. I mean, because a lot of the high harmonies that I do in my music, I do. And I had to have a guy that can do them, and he's way up there. Crazy. Paul Keller, who was my longtime friend and guitar player from Silicon Valley here, San Jose, but also went on tour with Three. So he had to be in it, right?
It was cool to watch you videotape the whole tour too, in different hotels. We just got done. We're loading in. We're loading out. We're coming to your town. It was really, you know, flat tire, I want to say, or
Yeah.
who's
Yeah,
driving. It was, you know, it just, you know, what folks don't see, you know, you got to eat, you got to do the sound check, you got to load in, you got to
right.
load out. And you're like, holy crap! And now we're going to another city. Yay!
But, and you know, one of those, I know you're thinking back, but what it was it my father's place where they had the load in. You had to go through this garage that wasn't high enough for our truck to get in, so we had to park down two ramps and push the equipment up like your car would drive up ramps in the parking garage. And this equipment's this heavy. There's a lot of it, you know, and pushing it up. I had to look at it and laugh. Everybody, myself included, were all pushing equipment for around and around into the venue, you know. And Paul, of course, would do his daily talk about walking around.
Oh yeah. He's giving the weather. He's giving yes. I now that you said that.
It was just, you know, four real guys and a crew, real people that's out there doing what we love to do and sharing it with everybody. It was different. It took me back to when Carl said, you know, when Three tours, we need to do this like a real band. We need to play smaller places. We could go do some arenas and stuff. He goes, let's not do that first time around. Let's play we played 600 to 2,500 seaters. They were small. And let's do it. Let's do like a real band starts and build it, right? So that's what we were doing with that too.
It's interesting when I got to see you with Greg. You're not in the limelight, but you are. But here with your thing, you're the guy, like you said, and you know people don't understand that. But like you said, you're the guy. And now it's the
Yeah.
anxiety, and it's not that you got a million records all over the place and you're known everywhere like a Billy Gibbons or something, but yeah, no, the anxiety.
It's heavy lifting. You treat people right. You, like, every night I went out there first and thanked people for supporting me. And I'm still making a living in music. I said, that's why I'm here. We're going to play the songs, but I got to thank you for allowing me to do this. And it's amazing. I mean, everything's happened to me. I moved to England for a couple of years, worked with Keith and Carl and Steve Howe. But basically, it's happened out of this studio in Campbell, California, which is Smash Mouth came from here. That's about it. You know, I've been really lucky, and I got all the guys on the wall back here. You know, you see the 3 pictures. You see, who's up there? The Alliance, Ambrosia, Sammy Hagar, the Moog, Keith. You know, these guys I've been able to play with and work out of this studio. How did I get that lucky? I mean,
hard work, respect, hard work. I hear you, Robert. I'm blessed. I found a niche, and it was right in front of me. Play new music because nobody else is touching it. And you see behind me Alice Cooper and Pat Benatar or whoever. I became really good friends with Billy Gibbons. Today's Billy's birthday, by the way. And it's playing new music, and it was right in front of me. Everybody can play the hits, but nobody's playing 3.2, Powerful Man, somebody watching, The Fond Farewell. And that was access for me to support folks like yourself. And then I get to meet them. And then I don't know if I told you, my latest thing that I came up with about 1.5 years ago was the dice game. You roll a 5 of a kind totaling in 3 rolls, and I play your entire album.
Oh.
And oh my God, Paul Rogers couldn't wait to meet me. Give me the dice. And Alice Cooper and Billy and every band. And oh my God.
That's great. And good idea.
I mean, I trademarked it. I'm like, I'm cutting the grass. I want to do more than just play the one track from 3.2. What more can I do? So, and it takes about a minute of the time. We videotape it. We put it on Facebook. And it's been insane. Robert.
That's cool.
I got to applaud you and the guys, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, taking care of the homeless, taking care of the community, and doing what you do and what you have been doing for the last 10 years. And certainly my love to your wife, Rebecca, for doing what she's doing, taking care of the students in your community as well. The band is called December People. I can't tell you folks enough. I'm going to be playing the track I can't even think, Up the Rooftop in Noel. If you love Queen, you love the Zoom, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Go check out DecemberPeople.com. They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. It's all great ideas and great stuff. And then check out Robert with Robert Berry and A Fond Farewell, and the album coming out in February, as Robert said, Third Impression. I can't wait to hear it all, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I have.
You are always fantastic. You know, you're such a happy guy, and you're so knowledgeable about music. It's sometimes doing a talk with somebody is a struggle. I mean, we've known each other a long time now. It's never ever been a struggle. But sometimes they don't even have questions. They don't want to know anything. And I'll say, because I don't care if they haven't listened to the album, if they're not engaged, but they're just trying to fill their time. I say, by the way, what's your favorite song on the album? And they'll say, oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
did you listen to the first one?
Right.
And I'll say, oh, no, keep going. Listen to the first song, the one the record company sent you. Well, I'm going to after the show. I said, okay, would you like me to tell you something about it then, since you don't know anything? Right? I don't mind talking to people, but
no,
I'd like them to they could say, I didn't like it. I'm good with that. I didn't like it. That progressive rock and all that keyboard, I prefer guitar. And I said, I do too. Jeff Beck's my favorite guitar player. I love Jeff Beck. And we can have a conversation.
Right.
But once in a while, it's like pulling teeth. I should have been a dentist.
Yeah. No. I don't want I do my research. I want to do the right thing. I don't want to waste your time. I enjoy doing what I do. And I don't want to ask you the same, what your influence is. And I know you long enough now with your background in GTR and Jethro Tull, and obviously Keith and Carl and everything that you have touched upon. And I think it's great. And I mean, I'm blessed. I'm the happiest guy because I got the first Zoom with you with these
That's right.
people. See, good things happen to good people.
You're a music lover. And
correct.
This part of it extends from that. I mean, you can feel it from you. You know,
oh, yeah.
that's the most important part. It just makes it easy. It's a conversation. It's this, we're talking.
Damon Johnson says to me a couple of weeks ago, can we like Bible up your enthusiasm? You're killing me. He's like, are you talking about the same guy? I go, Damon, I love it. I love meeting you. I love what you did. I remember Brother Kane and everything. I'm like, it's all good stuff.
You told him it's that bottle of Jack Daniels that I see in the corner, right?
Wishing you and Rebecca a very blessed, happy, healthy, and safe Merry Christmas and New Year. And I will be playing certainly a lot of December people and looking forward to Third Impression, Robert.
Thank you. I really appreciate your support all years and your friendship more than anything. Just it really means a lot to me.
Anytime you want to chat, we can chat again about Third Impression when maybe next month or so we can pick up a couple more tracks and go from there. I'd love to have you back on. And right now it's time to go up the rooftop with December people right here on Pat Soundbites IGTV.
Right.
Top reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joy. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the rooftop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Will, all to see what a glorious fill. Here is a hammer with lots of tacks, also a ball and a whip that cracks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the rooftop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the rooftop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. With good Saint up on the rooftop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay.
In fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so to certain poor shepherds in fields of sailing.
In the fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Singing
snow.